We're talking about a podcast.
Very many Monday chunkies. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge. Did you guys forget to turn the ghost filter off before you started that?
Oh, no. It's the ghost filter. I'm Jordan. I'm the ghost of Jordan.
The ghost of Jordan's filter.
I'm the ghost of Jordan. No.
Guys, today is a special birthday episode of Mini Monday.
Ooh.
Tomorrow, when we talk about trimmers, it will be my 34th
Wow.
birthday.
Let me
There's
tell
a few
you,
things I want to do.
You did it
I
1
have-
year longer than Jesus.
1 year,
Wow.
dude. That
Wow.
makes me that much better.
So much better.
Oh.
Yow. Nope.
Oopsies.
Nope. Yow. Wow, is it cloudy outside y'all's window?
What's up with all that lightning?
Is it nighttime? The first thing I want to do is talk about one of my favorite stories of all time.
Huh.
They came out with a
Humpty
show there on
Dumpty.
Amazon Prime that we talked about like the first season this podcast ever existed. Lo and behold, Lord of the Rings was doing a show here with Amazon Prime, and she's just wrapped about
just
last
wrapped.
week, and we wanted to have some time to marinate on it just a bit. Jordan marinated to
He did one of those quick marinades. It's like 15 minutes
quick
in the
marinade.
fridge.
Doge and I were more
It's
of a rolling roaster at 7-Eleven marination.
I did one of those marinades where it's just basically Thousand Island dressing in a Ziploc bag. It's like marinating for babies.
It's like put your chicken in here and then shake it up so hard.
Shake it real
and then
fast.
slap that puppy on
Break
the grill.
down all
real
the
fast.
fibers. Yeah.
Break them down. I want to not necessarily hit it like we do a movie. Let's definitely do the cinematic, the scientific cinema scale, sorry.
Yeah.
And then let's make sure that we have a super pump and super dump for the entire series.
Yeah, easy.
I think that would be pretty easy to do. I will jump straight into a super pump.
Okay.
It feels like, it's tough to, when you talk about Game of Thrones, and unfortunately that's going to be something that happens regardless. And even the people that made this show knew these kind of conversations would be coming in the middle of, ahead of, and after, especially with House of the Dragon going on simultaneously. But in big shows like this, there tend to be a prime protagonist, like our number one person that we're rooting for. You could argue that it was maybe two in Game of Thrones with Jon Snow and Khaleesi, but in this one, it felt very much that Galadriel was our number one.
Yeah.
Following her, this is also our connection to what is our past, but what is Rings of Power's future. My super pump is Morfydd Clark as Galadriel.
Man, she's
Absolutely
good.
wonderful.
She's phenomenal. And here's
One
a
of the
fun
best
thing.
on-screen criers of the last 5 years, by the way.
Yeah.
Something that Lord of the Rings gets to do, and fortunately for them, we were just talking about Adam, our sound wizard, speaking of wizards, had just got the 4K
Adam, our
Ultra or whatever
sound is
versions of that original trilogy. And boy, it doesn't hurt to have such a strong foundation to your cinematic
Right.
installments. And so in order to do that, there were forever going to be things you had to do. And it's an essence of Tolkien. Elves needed to be regal, but also in complete control, but show maybe some vulnerability in certain areas. We saw that with some, Arwen and Legolas and things like that. But I think Morfydd hit everything for me as Galadriel.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely
She was
agree.
wonderful. Every bit of attention that she begged for in that world or was given just because of her, her roles and being a general and just being kicking ass. I mean, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
She was awesome. And I think they did very well with her arc. Her arc was maybe my favorite, but every moment she was on screen, I was eating it
Dude, how juicy is it that her own desire to like root out Sauron basically in Middle Earth led to the return of Sauron? That her,
It's perfect. It's
inability to let
literally
go of that. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so good.
So
It's so good. And it's relatable.
So it's, and that
a way.
kind of thing, like that,
You just screw it up no matter how hard you try.
yeah, and that bit of like interpersonal, intertextual stuff between Galadriel and Hallbrand here, who is Hallbrand is sort of an invention of the showrunners. The whole thing is like written for the show, and it works so well.
Yeah.
I think that they're treating this. The closest analogy I can think of is like Rogue One, how it was like, this is a story that we know the broad strokes of, but our writers are given sort of the creative freedom to fill in the blanks here.
Yeah.
And so there will be places where it differs from the things written in the Silmarillion, but it is important to remember that Tolkien himself actually never published the Silmarillion. It's just a collection of his notes and his like, this is kind of what I'm thinking for this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Halbrand thing is cool. So he is an invention whole cloth and isn't, because I can't remember the name.
He's also Anatar a little bit.
Yes,
the Lord of
Anatar,
Gifts.
that's what it was. So soon as so my theory was that Halbrand was going to be the Witch King of Angmar. I'm glad I was wrong. This is more interesting. But as soon as in the finale episode, as soon as Halbrand approached Celebrimbor with an idea for how to make the ring, I was like, oh my God, he's Sauron. He's Sauron.
Yeah.
And then the reveal was magnifique.
Absolutely wonderful.
I'm going to super dump because I want to get it out of the way.
Ooh.
I agree about Morfydd Clark. I think that she's fantastic. I think that her arc is my second favorite of the show, with my first favorite being the friendship between Elrond and Durin, who is, absolutely
that is wonderful.
Show stealers for me. But my super dump does tend to heavily involve Galadriel, which is, my super dump is, let's go ahead and hire a new fight choreographer. The fights are passable. They're fine so far.
Yeah.
Like the combat is fine. But the combat in this show is absolutely poo-pooed upon by Game of Thrones, by even The Witcher, by the original Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings. Like, this is not up to snuff with what we expect from fantasy worlds anymore. We need better.
It's one thing to hold the cards close to your chest. It's another thing to just miss any kind of opportunity, because the opportunities were there. There were lots of opportunities very early on with Galadriel. I think episode 1, when we're seeing her in, the Snowy Mountain cavern against the troll and stuff. That was tons of fun.
That's all cool. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't expect too many big battles, but we kind of got one. I mean, when we saw from Numenor that crew coming over to help ultimately kill their own people on accident, but do all of that. Like, I was like, okay, so the budget has always been there. They can do it.
Yeah,
but I would say that is a dump for sure. Is that
when Galadriel is like teaching the soldiers how to fight in Numenor, and everybody's just like waiting their turn to go attack her. I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's exactly like Assassin's Creed.
I'm just tapping that one button to parry. I'm just parrying the whole time.
Yeah, it did not work for me.
Gotham City.
And unfortunately, that carried over into about 50% of the fight scenes. The other 50% were awesome. And it's not a Morfydd Clark thing. It really isn't a skill thing on her part. It's a choreography thing. It's not good.
Totally.
Speaking of good fighters, I was expecting a tease for here's what Isildur's up to right now. And we didn't even get that. That was interesting.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, because it's who's watching this without seeing Lord of the Rings and realizing who Isildur is. Like,
sure, but that's why alive, even more we need more of a tease of like, by the way, because I was halfway expecting, before we discovered Halbrand had come back, I was halfway expecting sort of like a Two Towers split where next season was going to be Isildur and Halbrand together, like working their way back to everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where that goes.
I'm always looking out for pace, especially when we're telling long form like stories.
No doubt.
And so there was, I would say it's about an 80-20 split. That 80% of the show did feel like they know for sure that this will be a 5. We know this will be 5 seasons.
Hundo,
at least. I think one of the things that burned us the most about Game of Thrones is the timing.
Yeah.
The timing was off, and you could blame a lot of people should you have held it, but how do you hold on to 80 consistent cast members and hope that they still can do this job in 4 years? Yeah. Which, by the way, what they would have been waiting for to be done still isn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did have a moment where things that you talk about getting a little bit more of Isildur right before the end. It was kind of cool to see Halbrand starting to walk into Mordor.
Dude.
But
that
it was
shot
like
alone made my skin crawl in the best way.
Yeah, my super pump was almost seeing all of that stuff, like Mordor be made, see the river run, falling into the lava, bringing up the lava, blowing up Mount Doom.
The Rube Goldberg machine that they've created.
the name changing.
I thought that was a little
I wasn't
silly.
a huge fan.
From the Southlands to Mordor?
Of the word art reveal in the top left corner. Yeah, I thought that was a little silly.
Oh, no way, dude.
I think they could have. I think they could have.
It felt very Red Notice.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I think all of this to say, I had heard this was going to be 10 episodes and it ended up 9.
Yeah. 8.
Was it only 8? But it was supposed to be 10. Okay. So I did that other 20% there were moments near the end that felt a bit rushed in knowing that we would have 5 seasons to do this.
That's actually my super dump is that I think this season needed 2 more episodes. This season needed to be 10 episodes because as a result of I think a lot of people complained about the first 2 episodes being really front loaded and like lore heavy. I think I was fine with that. That was great. But after those 2 episodes, we should have done another 8. We shouldn't have tried to fit everything else in 6 because now with this compressed season, Hallbrand shows up in Region and he's there for like 30 minutes. And then it's like, oops, I'm sorry. Like, I feel like that should have been a couple of episodes. Yeah. We completely forgot, about our entire cast hanging out in the Southlands after it became Mordor. I don't know that they're all supposed to be dead, but they may as well be for how little they're, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Arendir and Bronwyn are supposed to be dead, are they?
We showed them.
What did they do?
We showed them alive. When Galadriel, I literally just watched them, so I have the benefit of having just finished them. Yeah, because her son, I can't remember, Theo shows back up with Galadriel at the house and thinks the corpse is his mom, and then Bronwyn shows up behind him and Arendir.
So we show them there. We show them there, but then they're not in the final episode. It's like they've been kind of a core piece of our group, and we don't show Durin and Disa in the final episode. It just it feels like we got to the last episode and went, oh crap, we really have to wrap this up.
It's like it's not as egregious, but like, can you imagine seeing Fellowship and then not seeing about Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli going to go hunt orc?
Return of the King.
Right, exactly.
Or not even that much, but even to be like, hey, what's next?
Yeah, sure, totally.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know,
might I perhaps super pump?
Yeah, finally, let's try and see
the
positive about this.
Yeah, no kidding. First of all, not part of my super pump, but I do just want to say, absolutely, I think I've decided that I love that the stranger is 100% Gandalf. I think that is very interesting. And I know that there are some lore nerds that are going to be upset that Gandalf is here this early. Don't care. Love it. It's exciting. I think it's super cool. Now, my super pump. I finished the last 30 minutes of the finale just misty-eyed the entire time. And here's why. It was the most important thing to me going in. It was maybe the only thing I really, really cared about, and they pulled it off, and they pulled it off spectacularly, and I want to hug the showrunner. They get Tolkien. They get what makes it special and what makes it stand apart from their fantasy series, and it's the deep earnestness of the interpersonal relationships. There is no pretense with any relationship in Tolkien. Everybody, besides pure evil, everyone says what they mean and they hash things out in real time, and feelings are hurt, and that matters when feelings get hurt. It's not just get over it, we have a war to fight. It's like, no. We are old friends and this will go beyond this war. And I don't know, there's something so special about it. And it congeals down to me for me to the scene where Nori decides to go with the stranger at the very end.
Yep.
First of all, if you want a one-way ticket to Crytown for Jordan, it's anything where the hobbits are courageous. Something about these little, I mean, I know she's a Harfoot, whatever, but like these little creatures not caring about their size, not caring about how hard the odds are stacked against them, but instead saying, I will do this thing because it's the right thing to do. Oh, it gets me going. And man,
and
I'm
as always,
thrilled.
it's a split. It's not like you're guaranteed that hobbits and Harfoots will be courageous. You know, it is having the least of these, having someone be the most courageous amongst those. But
totally, dude. Oh my goodness. I'm in love with this show. And I think that it is I think that if you are a Tolkien fan, it's delivering what I would hope for, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'll super pump. And then it feels like we probably ought to rate it, yeah? I would love to.
I have to dump still. Do you want me to dump? Let's end on a high note.
Let's end on a high.
Dweller and the crew near the end are three, the white women group instead of blue man group.
The white women. I was wondering why they had all that PVC pipe and blue paint. That was weird.
I had lost some things in the way they acted.
Yeah. I agree.
That was the only time that I like, you don't, in a situation like this, when you're loving everything else, you don't want to laugh at something that's not meant to be laughed at.
Right. Sure.
And they were clearly not meant to be laughed at. And it just felt like, here goes, whoever the one act play person in your crew who overdid everything. You're like, oh my God. Whatever. This is why you don't have a main role. It's because you do crap like this and go over the top. Do your thing.
Here's
Jessica,
your one.
You would have a bigger role if you were cool for once.
The fire doesn't last for that long, but you can keep blowing. Sure. You don't really need to walk like that. They're much slower than you. That's fine. Do whatever. It was just kind of like
totally.
Unfortunate. They looked cool, but it just didn't.
Speaking of the sort of
creepy
CW,
scenes, there was good creepy scenes.
They're very creepy. Speaking of the CW Riverdale of it all with the two of them. So in my exhaustion,
there was three of
them. Sorry. In my exhaustion with the Disneyfication of so many franchises that I love, I have developed, I'm not even going to call it a sixth sense. I'm going to call it a fear. Like when a moment comes up that I'm like, oh, I can feel the Guardians of the Galaxy type joke coming right now. The hair on my back stands up a little bit. You know what I mean? And I just want to stop and appreciate that we're watching a franchise TV show about something that we love very much that is not falling for it.
Yeah.
There was a moment when when Nori rolled up to the stranger at the end and he was like, it's this way. I can smell it on the wind. And I could feel the Disney joke of, oh, nope, actually it's that way. And then having to make them walk past everybody she just said goodbye to and be like, sorry, it's awkward. Ha ha ha. I could feel the joke wanting to be told. And thank you, Amazon, for not doing that.
I think you've helped me find something though. It's because everybody in a Marvel movie is capable of that moment.
Yeah.
But in Lord of the Rings, there is an assumption that if you're a dwarf, you will do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's a Durin move, and that's fine. That's a Gimli move.
If Durin does it, nobody says anything. Yeah,
toss me. Don't tell the elf. We've got the Guardians moments, but it is one or two people that carry those because that's a character.
You're speaking truth. You're speaking truth.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Now.
Dude, hit us with that super pump, man. Let's
give it to us.
Guys, it's going to be the casting all around. I don't know that I think there's okay. Let's clarify and say our main cast. Because I think there are definitely some, like we've talked about our three mystery sorcerers who think that the stranger is Sauron, who I think is pretty rough. But our main cast overall, it does not feel like there's an important role that is not exceptionally well cast and exceptionally well acted.
I agree.
Because I wanted to zero in on Morfydd Clark, but then I'm like, dang, I'm leaving out my boy Elrond. And then I was like, if I zero in on Elrond, then I'm leaving out Durin and Disa and Arondir.
And Celebrimbor is so good.
Everybody, man. Yeah. Gil-galad. I know a lot of folks are unhappy with this Gil-galad because he's like, or Gil-galad, I'm not sure how you say it, but he's
the king, yeah?
Yeah, he's a little bit
He's probably my least favorite.
He's a little schemy. Folks are saying he looks too chubby to be an elf, which that sucks. But
I don't think that. I just think he's a little wooden for me.
Yeah, but like he definitely, I feel like they nailed the elves in terms of like they definitely feel human, but not. The most human feeling one is Elrond, who is Elrond half human, Elrond half elf.
I did not know he was half elf until this.
It's because his father, Arendil, who is now a star, is half elf, and he gave
you crazy SOB.
It's because the Valar gave him, they made him a star, and they gave his descendants the right to choose which race they belong to. Elrond chose elves. His brother Elros chose humans, and Elros eventually founded the line of kings that would rule Numenor, and then eventually those kings, thousands of years later, sired Aragorn. So Elrond is Aragorn's like great uncle. But anyway, our main roles are especially exceptionally well cast and acted.
Hundo.
Extra shout out. I think my extra shout out would change every day. But yeah, like you already mentioned her, but Princess Disa.
Oh my gosh.
Carrying the weight of
time.
Middle Earth as being the first female dwarf we've seen.
Yeah.
But it felt like they'd been there forever. It made perfect sense. She did so well.
Can you guys smell the forthcoming scene next season where she's going to accidentally sing the Balrog back to life, basically? Can you see that?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. I want to see her fight too. Because it was said that they're warriors too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's so great. I think I'd be remiss not to mention before we rate that this is one of the most beautiful shows I've ever seen. This is gorgeous.
It's
What is it?
pretty.
6 million an episode?
They've done a really, really good job, and they let us sit and marinate for a while in some of these things. When we introduce Numenor, when they introduce, is it Khazad Doom?
Khazad Doom? Yeah.
Khazad Doom. Yeah.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
They also do some forced
soon to be
perspective.
Moria.
Yeah.
Soon to be Moria.
They're doing some
Very
forced
soon to be
perspective
Moria.
stuff with the Harfoots and the Stranger. I actually watched a YouTube channel of VFX artists who like break down different scenes and stuff, and they spent like 15 minutes on that scene and talking about cutting back and forth. It looks like they're using 3 to 5 different ways to get the size difference effect. It's
cool.
Like depending on the scene, they're using a different methodology.
The hands on the apple were great. Like the small childlike hand.
It's a kid's hand. Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. But then doing the forced perspective, or maybe even sometimes rotoscoping Nori into an existing plate they've already shot with the big guy. Like, it's incredible. Just the attention to detail and the like craftsmanship on display. Like, I know a lot has been said about the budget of this show, but like that budget affords you the craftsmanship that helps it feel consistent with the Peter Jackson movies from 20 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does it feel like Nori has left her Samwise behind a little bit? It made me sad.
Yeah.
It made me sad.
Yeah.
I really like Poppy.
Poppy was great. We might see Poppy again.
Oh, I think
never
we
know.
defo will. I think
You never know.
Should we rate it?
Let's rate it.
Let's rate it
Yeah.
using
We'll do.
science.
Do we need to say the whole thing?
No.
We're on a mini Monday. We don't need to say
No,
the
they
whole
know
thing.
it.
I'm going to, even despite the dwellers and stuff, I think I have to rate this based off of this sheer terror I had before it even came, before this show even came that they were going to do. And I knew I would be really picky about it because I love The Lord of the Rings. I love Middle Earth. I'm going to buy the poster. And that's crazy for a season 1. But I think also when I'm rating a season 1, I'm looking at how did it set up the seasons to follow. And
Right.
I think despite this was such a strange show to hit like rating platforms because it's all over the place and you never know anymore with big things like this. But I mean, in my mind, it was really good. I loved it. I buy the poster. I think they did a great job to start it off.
I'm buying the poster as well for Rings of Power season 1. And I think it's interesting because I think on a numeric scale, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I think it's probably a 7 out of 10. But it's interesting knowing that there are 4 more seasons coming. And I don't even know that I'm showing it grace so much as just saying like, I agree with you. There should be 4 more seasons of this.
Sure.
And I think I'm judging it far less harshly than I did like, I mean, granted, Book of Boba Fett sucked. But even some of the like Disney Plus, Marvel shows that we've watched, some things we've been a little bit more critical on, those things are presented as and sort of billed as this is a limited television event. Like especially Obi-Wan did that. And it's more in the vein of like a television event like Band of Brothers or like HBO's John Adams, where it's like, this is basically a movie split up into episodes. And so the expectation, the bar is so much higher for a season, a standalone season of that than just this of like Amazon being like, do you promise to watch the other 4? And I can say, yes, I do promise. This is great. Yeah.
So I'm buying it just because I'm waiting for it to fulfill some of the promises that it has made in this season.
Yeah.
I think that there is so much room for this show to become an all-time great fantasy series.
Agreed.
I really, really think the building blocks are there, and I think they can do it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if they do.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Loved virtually every second of this season of television.
Yeah. That's wise.
So it's a buy for me.
Love it. Something we don't have to wait for anymore, thank God, is ads.
Advertisements.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get a seasonal warehouse job offer today? You don't even need to interview. That means you can make extra cash before the holidays. You can even pick your own payday. And seasonal jobs can lead to full-time, regular employment. You'll be amazed by what you can get as an Amazon warehouse associate. To learn more about all the benefits of working a seasonal job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
From 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Buffalo Wild Wings Happy Hour has beer, cocktails, and bar food for $3 to $6. It's the perfect way to offset a long day. Text that hilarious joke about your boss to your boss. What? No. Try a $4 Coors Light Tall. Set your morning alarm for 6 p.m. That calls for $5 strawberry margaritas. So if you ask your phone why you're still single and...
Seriously?
Head to Buffalo Wild Wings Happy Hour from 3 to 6. At participating locations, taxes and fees apply. Dine in only. Drink responsibly. Offers vary by location. Void where prohibited.
We are back from the ads, and in the spirit of Lord of the Rings, it's my birthday and I wants it. So we're going to be playing right now Extra Credit.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually
Everybody's favorite game.
Did you send the proper paperwork to the proper authorities? Because
Yes.
I seem to recall winning a game that
I understand.
bought me freedom for a year, a calendar year.
I feel that. I would think overall,
No, I think
you
it was
care
the
more
rest
about
of-
me than promises.
I think it was only for the rest of Carter's 33rd year.
Apparently.
Well, sorry.
Happy birthday.
This
I hope your
episode
party
of Extra
sucks.
Credit. I'll have
guess
to
what?
explain it. Let me.
You're not sorry. You said
not
sorry.
sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, I'm definitely not. I'm gonna kind of go over the rules a little bit. It's been a touch since we've played. Extra Credit. Extra Credit uses a very strange thing. If I could, I can explain to you as much how Elrond's dad is a star now as I can explain the algorithm for IMDb.
Just ask Jolky and Rolky and Rolky and Tolkien to see if he knows what's up.
just ask them all. And we use an IMDb's algorithm here for like most popular, known for, technically is what it's called. Every time you look up an actor or actress or anybody in the movie biz on IMDb, it will give you their top 4 if they have at least that many. But we've never had anybody who had less. Their top 4 known for movies. These guys can get up to 15 points. All they need is 9 to win. They get a point for every correct guessed known for credit. If they can get all of them for one actor or actress, they get an extra credit, which is 5. So again, they can get 15, only need 9 to win. Because Tremors is tomorrow, the theme is worms. So you can use Tremors.
Oh, okay.
You can use the Dune series. You can use You can use Beetlejuice. You can do 50 Shades of Grey. You can use Prometheus. She pulls a little alien worm out of her eye. It's all worms. It's all worms today. Dune has tons. Dune has Sir Timmy, Charlemagne, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, Dave Bautista, David Dashmalhashin, Jordan's favorite creepy boy.
I do love him. I do.
Does love that. You can use Beetlejuice. That is Michael Keaton. That has Alec Baldwin. That has Gina Davis. That has Winona Ryder. That has Catherine O'Hara. You can use Tremors. That has Kevin Bacon. That has Reba McEntire.
I'd love to do extra credit with Reba.
Who are y'all's 3?
Well, I mean, certainly must be Timothy, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll give Tim a shot.
You want to start with Tim, just see where we end up?
Yep.
Let's start with Tim.
See how many we don't get with Tim. Now, here's the deal. When he was saying the directions, the instructions for how to play the game, Carter did not say that we can't have IMDb open while we play this. So
that's the
Tim.
trick. That's the trick.
I know. Doctors hate him. One simple trick.
No.
8 out of 10 dentists agree that that's pretty tight.
Give me these top 4 credits. What's y'all's first guess? What do you want to lock
Gotta
in?
be Dune. Literally has to be.
Okay, Dune.
I feel it powerfully. Dune, lock it in.
Dune.
Lock it in, Doge.
Lock it in.
Bong bong. Next.
Call Me by Your Timothy Chalamet.
Lock it in. Just lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 1. This is that moment when all the movies leave their minds.
No, it's the moment where I can't believe that the biggest movie he's done isn't in his top 4.
There's a lot of other people in that. But that doesn't always count, the algorithms.
Little Women, perhaps.
Yep.
We lock that
Lock
in?
it in.
Let's lock it in. It's a great movie.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 4.
Interesting.
Still get 3.
Interstellar.
3 average is
potentially?
good.
Yeah, I think Interstellar might be there.
He's not even in it much.
He's barely. He's in it more than he's in Dune, I guess. So,
yeah, just the main character in one of the most successful sci-fi reboots of the last 2 decades. But that's fine. That's okay. Let's not put it there.
I'm fine to try Interstellar.
I don't think it's going to do it. But
I also don't think it's going to be it. Name one other Timothy Chalamet movie.
Yeah, they have all ejected from my brain.
Right.
Let's go ahead
Exactly.
and
That's
do
what
it.
happens in this game. Interstellar. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong bong. Got 2 there. Number 1, Call Me By Your Name.
So
Number 2,
we shouldn't even be playing
another
this.
movie he did with his good friend Shersa, Lady Bird.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in Lady
I
Bird.
forgot he was in Lady Bird.
Number 3, Beautiful Boy was a movie with him and Steve Carell. And then number 4, Little Women. 2 points. That's 2 points.
Widow Women.
In fairness, Interstellar was kind of a throwaway there at the end.
Yeah.
That's
Got
what I'm
that
going to
rest of
start
that
saying
Dune
about.
cast. You got Beetlejuice. We got Bortle Johns.
Why does it even matter,
It does.
Do you want to pick a Beetlejuicer?
We now have to get someone perfect. So let's pick someone that we can get perfect because there is no way for us to win without getting someone perfect.
I'm going to tell you right now, not a soul in Tremors will we get perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
Absolutely not a
You
single
don't have to
soul.
pick one from each movie.
No, I know. I'm just saying we either got to focus on Beetlejuice or Dune then if
could
we're
do
looking
Denis.
for our perfect.
You could do Denis Villeneuve if you want to give it a shot.
I could give Denis a shot.
Let's try Dennis.
Let's try Dennis. Okay, first guess is
Arrival.
Incendie. Looks like Incendies. Incendie.
I think it's Arrival.
Did Doge say it?
I would rather guess Arrival
There are
first.
4. There are 4
Yeah.
slots.
Okay.
You want to do Arrival?
Let's do it. Nominated for Best Picture.
I kind of feel like it's not even in his top 4.
Nominated
It's my
for
favorite.
Best Picture.
Dune, baby. Not even in Timmy's. Okay, let's do it. It's my favorite.
Dune wasn't
Denis
nominated
movie.
for Best Picture. And Timmy
Arrival.
wasn't nominated
Lock
for
it
his
in.
work in Dune. Arrival. Lock it in.
Dune was nominated for Best Picture.
Was it really?
Bing, bing, bing. Number 4.
Nice. Sicario definitely up there,
Okay.
I think. What do you think?
I mean, so you think his top 4 is Sicario, Dune, and
Probably
Prisoners?
Prisoners, yeah. Or Enemy because it's so weird, but I don't think so.
okay. That's Jilly, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think because for the plebes out there who are viewing this, it's going to be based on the star power of the
Or
film.
2049.
Oh, man.
I've decided that I think 2049 is there probably instead of. I don't know. I really think Incendie is in his top 4, but maybe not.
Let's do it. Let's go out on the limb.
No, let's keep going for a slightly safer
Okay.
one so we feel
You
a
want to
little
go
bit better.
2049 then?
Yeah, let's go 2049.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Blade Runner 2049. Lock
Lock
it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 2.
Sicario probably, I feel, but I don't know, man. The top 4 start to get weird. Enemy could be there because it's pretty out there. I bet people look it up a lot.
Because it's Jilly.
Yeah, so is Prisoners and Hugh.
and
Terrence
Hugh.
Howard.
And Terry Howie. And Pauly Danny.
Pauly Danny.
Oh, man.
Let's go Sicario. I feel confident
Okay.
about Sicario.
Because it's Emmy Blenny. Let's go
Sicario, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong, bong.
Prisoners, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong, bong. Number 1, Dune. Number 2, Blade Runner 2049. Number 3, Incendies. Number
Told you.
4, Arrival.
People love it.
Here is the thing, though.
No, there's no
You have
thing.
4 points. Here, you have 4 points. This is the beauty of extra credit and the curse. You have 4 points. If you get this next person perfect, you win my birthday extra credit.
That was our perfect shot.
And that's all I want.
That was our perfect shot.
Are you sure?
Yeah. 100%.
No. Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Stellan Skarsgård, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, Bautista.
Hey, you think we could get Momoa?
I'm pretty sure we've tried and still
I'm pretty
got
sure
it
we've
wrong.
tried, and Game of Thrones is not in his top 4.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Think we could get Bautista? No. There's so many Marvels.
I'm pretty sure Jason Momoa's top 4 is like Aquaman, Aquaman 2, Justice League, and that movie where the GIF
And
of
Zack
him
Snyder's Justice League.
opening up the camping chair with one hand comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid. I'm angry.
Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Tim Burton,
Bam.
Catherine O'Hara, Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder.
You think we could get Mikey?
Maybe.
It's a Batman. It's a Beetlejuice.
The only one I feel 100% confident in is Birdman.
Okay, Batman, Beetlejuice, Birdman.
You think?
All the bees, man.
Jack
Probably
Frost,
that. Probably either Spotlight or the one where he's the McDonald's guy.
the founder. I bet it's Spotlight.
Let's just go for it.
Mike, you want to try Mikey Key?
Let's try Mikey Kiki. My favorite Hawaiian island.
Mikey Key.
Mikey Key. Start us off to try and win. Carter Special.
Birdman's the only one I feel 100% confident in.
Birdman. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, bing, bing. Number 1.
Yeah.
Batman.
Okay.
Well, what do you feel most confident about next? What do you feel second most confident about?
I don't know. Probably Spotlight or the founder feels the most confident to me.
I think Spotlight over the founder.
Let's do it. Spotlight.
Spotlight. Lock it in.
Bing, bing, bing. Number 2.
All right.
What do you feel
I think the
third most
founder could
confident in?
Kind of the founder, if I'm being honest with you.
Really?
I don't think Batman's in his top 4.
You don't think Batman, you don't think people are like, Michael Keaton, what's he in? Not Batman.
Not anymore.
Even after all the stuff with Batgirl and him being Batman in The Flash, maybe.
Game of Thrones is not in Jason Momoa's top 4. Or at least it didn't used to be.
It's because Momoa is such a better actor than Keaton, though. Like, he doesn't
Let's
pigeonhole
not be mean to
himself into
Jason
one
Momoa.
role.
I like Jason Momoa. Let's not be mean. I mostly don't want him to fight me
C is a pretty fun show, but
when he inevitably listens. I don't know. You take a swing. You tell me. You tell me, big dog. I'm feeling good about the founder.
I'm feeling good about Beetlejuice.
Okay. I'm not, but let's do it because I trust you and you're my friend.
Betelgeuse, lock it in.
Betelgeuse, lock it in. Bong, bong.
bong, bong.
Yeah. The founder, lock
The
it in.
founder, lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 1. Birdman.
Number 1?
Number 2,
Oh.
Spotlight. Number 3, The Founder. Number 4, Batman.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You could have won it. You could have done it, and that's all I wanted for my birthday. To end today's episode, would love to have your name. And I don't really know the timeline of things, but I'm on the lookout. Maybe I'm ignorant for it, and the Tolkien heads can let me know. For one Saruman to be in this world. It doesn't feel like Gandalf's that much older than the great wizard Saruman. So
Saruman's, never mind. This is our outro.
Who knows? No one.
to end today's episode, I'd love to have your name, and who do you think should be playing this young Saruman, young Saru boy? Not Mon, not yet a Mon.
Sarumanito.
Sarumanito. I'm Carter. Oh, I don't know about his British accent, though. He's got to sound kind of like that, you know? They did a good job of this Gandalf guy kind of looks like him. And when he went full like speaking English, he sounded great. I'm just going to say, because it's on my mind, say Adam Driver. I'm just going to say that. He just looks like a wizard to me in a way. I think he's too haggard.
Amazon, if you're listening, do not do this.
Don't do it. Don't do it. He's too haggard. I'm just trying to carry the weight.
I'm Doge. He was already in The Hobbit, but everybody watched those when they came out and then said, I'd actually prefer to not have watched that. So let's go with Lee Pace.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good.
I really dig that. Good job.
I'm Jordan. Michael Keaton. Extra credit can suck my shorts. It's the worst game ever.
Ooh.
Bye.
Think you know Amazon? Think again. Did you know you can get a seasonal warehouse job offered today? You don't even need to interview. That means you can make extra cash before the holidays. You can even pick your own payday. And seasonal jobs can lead to full-time, regular employment. You'll be amazed by what you can get as an Amazon warehouse associate. To learn more about all the benefits of working a seasonal job at Amazon, go to amazon.com/hourly. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
When you shop at a Walmart Vision Center, you get it. You know that you'll spend a little less on stylish glasses for the whole family.
Welcome to the Vision Center. Let me know if you need help finding the perfect frames.
Hey, Mom, you were right. These glasses are cool.
Hon, they take our insurance. That means Papa's getting a new pair, too.
Whoa, glasses start at just $39. Next stop, groceries.
So you can get a little more of what you need. Find a Vision Center near you. Save money, live better. Walmart.
There you are in the great wide open when you hear it. Dinner time. When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if they try, that's what Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable SUVs with available all-wheel drive is for. The Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos are how you know we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Visit kia.com for details. Always drive safely.